What's up everybody, Arrg the Pirate here, and today I'm going to be playing a little Richter with the starter deck. Now I'm going to be using the Versatility starter deck, or the Versatility Tank starter deck, and it's a pretty standard deck. We have Auto Health Potion for our first gem, Quick Exit, Armor, Damage Return, and Improved Health Regen for our Vitality gems, and lastly Auto Mana Potion. Now for our cards we have Lamplighter, Armored Footman, Exoskeleton, Green Spring, Vital Waters, Thunder Cleaver, Yami Guardian, and lastly Unbroken Spirit. Now I am playing on PC, which I have not turned up my sensitivity yet, but hopefully I will be able to land some hooks. You know, that's always kind of been the downfall with PlayStation. It's so much harder to actually get those hooks in. But we end up having a pretty solid game here, and you know, hey, it was a lot of fun getting to play Richter for, you know, the first time in a very long time, and, you know, having those solid hooks, it feels really good. And it is so much easier to land those skill shots on PC. I still do miss them because sometimes I just scroll a little too far, and, you know, I still am kind of getting used to it, but it does feel a lot more solid when hitting those kind of precision shots than it does on PC. Now, I did try to grab that Seraph there, but she immuned it. We would have got that real easy kill on her, but, you know, unfortunately, she did immune it. But no big deal. She's very low, and she's not going to be able to do a whole lot right here. So, hey, we're able to really put some damage on this tower very early into the game, and it feels very good. Now, me and Twin Blast are both in comms, and we've kind of got one of those matches where we've got a couple of people not knowing really what position they want to play. As you can see, our Gideon he was supposed to be off lane, and then he kind of ended up going to mid, and then Morgesh was kind of mid, and we just really, later on, we kind of just have everybody running around going for kills instead of, you know, playing objectives. But I do kind of rotate into that off lane position later on. And, you know, this deck feels very good for doing that. It's not your super support deck where, you know, you have healing things. You do have those Lamplighters, which can help out. But it's not just a crazy amount of support other than, you know, you using your kit and being a tank. And since I end up having to separate from Twin Blast for a majority of the match, it worked out very well with this deck. Richter is in a very solid place right now, and I think he's a little more viable than he used to be. I've always thought Richter was an amazing support, but the thing about Richter is you need to play Richter to be good with him. That's kind of what I've thought about all the expert heroes. It's not that, hey, they've got these crazy kits that require, you know, combo moves or things like that. No, that's not really it. The thing that makes an expert hero is you need to play with them a lot to fully understand how their kits work. And, you know, that's exactly it. You know, just spend a little time with them. Now, Gadget does rotate over for a gank, and I'm able to do a little bit of peel for her. You can see I am missing my attacks or my abilities. I was hitting Q for my Electrocute when, you know, hey, it's on E. But no big deal. We didn't end up getting anybody down right there, but we did manage to survive, which is, you know, hey, that's really what it's all about. And if you did see at the beginning of that play, I was not under tower. I was staying out of tower, so we could actually make something happen in case someone did rotate. Now, their Aurora ends up diving in, and I missed my pull, because, yeah, I'm just terrible. But with this three-man rotation, we need to play fairly safe. Twin needs to get out, so I'm going to do my best to really just kind of zone everyone out. And, you know, I am out of mana, so I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot. And I just walk right into that Aurora. Like, what's wrong with me? Yeah, so I missed a pull, walked right into Aurora Frost. Just terrible. But I do want to, you know, save this tower a little bit. And I end up actually going down right here. Just way too much minion damage. I really wanted to keep that tower because they did have 3 heroes up, but I should have just got out. That was a really poor choice on my part. So, you know, it is what it is. And for everybody watching, don't do what I just did. That was just terrible. You know, I knew better. I'm just, you know, I'm a sucker sometimes too. So, mistakes were made, but at least our twin got out, which is kind of why we were staying in there. We wanted to make sure our twin got out. And, hey, we did our job. So, we shouldn't have died there, but at least our ADC was able to stay up. Now, one thing about Richter is he is a hero that really needs some team communication. He really needs to have some team support when he goes in, you know, like right there, I grabbed that hook, you know, that we set her up. Of course, you know, she got out. She's Seraph. And without me getting my silence off in time, you know, yeah, she was able to zoom right out, which is not a big deal. But he does require someone else to be there, just like most of the other tanks. You're not going to solo a whole lot of kills with Richter or anything like that. Maybe late game you might be able to handle that, but as of right now, in these early stages, you really need some other support and, you know, just a little help with getting kills. Now, we did get a huge amount of damage on this tier 1, and it's 6 minutes in. You know, I've been trying to take the towers down a little bit faster than I was pre-41 or 42. You know, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, that's a solid time for taking down a tower, especially if, you know, you're working well together. With having rotations like we have and having the amount of damage on that tower, we're doing an absolute great job. Seraph does have her ultimate, so, you know, it's a little tricky. We need to be careful. She can do quite a bit of damage, but you can see we're able to zone her out very, very quickly, and she's not going to be able to just stay around and actually do a whole lot at this point. Now, we are going to be able to take this tower down with this next push, and, you know, a 7-minute tower, 7-minute 30-second tower, that's a great time. I end up missing my pull. And, you know, I'm still getting used to the PC. But, you know, that I probably would have missed that pull on PlayStation 2. You know, you do have to kind of lead people, and, you know, it can be tricky. When they're facing you, they can see when you're about to pull. So it's very easy to miss pulls when heroes are facing you. Now, I do end up securing that gold buff. You know, I'm in comms with Twin, and I said, hey, you know, I'm about to have my next card, so let me just grab gold. And I'm able to head back and put on some more cards. If you saw, I did place that ward before I went back, just in case, you know, hey, I'll grab another ward or whatnot, but didn't quite have enough gold to do it, so no big deal. But getting those wards down is very nice. I end up kind of going away from them when I have to start rotating to that off lane and, you know, kind of become an off laner. But, you know, having those wards is really, really helpful. And if you've seen a lot of my other videos, I don't play with wards all that much on my tankier heroes, just because I think there's so many great options for other cards, and I just really haven't been playing with wards just entirely all that much. Now, you can see here I'm able to get that pull on that Seraph, and we're going to take her out. I do lose our tower for it, but, you know, hey, it's no big deal. This is going to allow us to farm a little more, or our twin to farm a little more. Now, their Aurora, she's, you know, she's getting close to taking me down. I'm going to kind of run around here, juke her out a little bit. With twin showing up, we'll be able to actually, you know, get out and kind of be a little more safe. I don't necessarily need to head back right now. I am fairly low, but we want to make sure that we take out this Aurora. Now, I do end up getting my ult off on her, and, you know, we're going to take her out. Unfortunately, I think I'm body blocking my twin. I wanted to definitely keep Aurora away from him, and by doing that, I end up securing a kill. Probably should have just quit auto-attacking, but hey, as long as we got the kill, no big deal. Currently 2-1, so, you know, not doing too bad for, you know, playing a Richter support for the first time in a pretty good while. Now, from here, I end up heading to mid lane. You know, I tell Twin Blast, hey, just farm, be careful, I'm going to head to mid. They've got a little bit of a rotation there. I want to make sure everything, you know, goes smoothly over here. And I see Seraph heading over there, so I kind of dip out, head that way. I'm able to tell Twin, hey, be careful. and luckily he didn't have to engage in anything. Now, I am trying to go for pulls. You can see I missed that gadget. I'm really kind of getting to the feel of Richter again. This is my first game with him in a very long time. So I'm missing my pulls, things like that, which is, that's very important for Richter. And you need to practice going in for pulls, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I've got plenty of mana, and, I just keep practicing those pulls, and those really long pulls are especially hard. So those are the ones you really need to practice. You can definitely pull someone that's right in front of you, and you don't have to worry about those, but the long ones you definitely want to watch out for. Now, Seraph and Aurora both end up coming in. We've got 3 ults on top of us, and I'm doing my best to get everyone off and, make sure we're staying safe. Me and Twin were able to get out, and Gideon stays in, but, he's healthy. He's going to be able to survive that. So, all in all, it turned out okay. They wasted 3 ults for just R1, so it was a pretty good engagement, even though, no one really survived, no one died. It was good on our part. We survived, so that's all that really matters. Now, from here, we're gonna push down this mid lane. We actually end up taking out this mid lane tower. I try to go on a pull for this gadget, but she ports away right when that pull was about to hit. But we end up getting this tier 1, and now we have to head into our off lane. It's being pushed pretty bad, and, without having a solid off laner, it's kind of been a little bit difficult to maintain that off lane, especially since, we haven't had just an entire lot of presence in the off lane. But I end up getting my ult on this Sparrow. I'm actually able to pull her as well, and Gideon ends up, getting his ult on, so we're going to take her down, no problem at all. And then, their Gideon ends up heading over. I'm not going to chase him. Hey, it's going to be very difficult for us to catch up to him. And, there's no point in chasing that. We need to go defend lanes. Our safe lane is being pushed pretty bad. Twin's heading over there now, and I'm going to kind of clean up this mid lane. Our laning game has not been just on par so far. We've, kind of had a lot of things just go poorly. Our Rampage he's doing a good job of ganking, but he's not helping once he ganks. And that's kind of an issue. You can't just go for kills. You actually have to help out the lanes when they need it. But, we are in that lower elo range, so people tend to play just a little bit different. Now, for the next couple of minutes, I just do an absolute ton of laning, and you see that Aurora came in. We're able to just, walk away from her. At this point, I'm fairly tanky, and so I'm not having to worry about too much. I end up getting this mid lane secured and kind of pushing, and then I kind of see that Seraph heading in. I'm going to make sure I can zone them out so Gideon stays a little safe, and we're going to head over, grab this river buff. Their Seraph did head down to the other river buff, so I knew that wasn't going to be there. Then I'm going to head over to our safe lane, kind of, secure that, but Twin Blast was there. I want to make sure he's getting farm. And then from here, I can see, hey, I'm actually going to need to start laning a lot more. So I go ahead, grab my Thunder Cleaver. That will really help out with, actually getting those lanes set. Unfortunately, Twin Blast went down right there. That green buff actually took him out. It was just a little bit too close when it went off, and, that's unfortunate, but what can you do? I end up getting that lane pushing, and, it's set for the most part, and from here, I'm going to head over to our off lane. You can see we're just laning. We're pretty much a laning hero at this point. Now, their Gideon does end up lazy backing, and our Rampage is able to go in on that. I'm able to secure the kill with my Riplash, which is, that's just awesome. And then from here, their Sparrow, she kind of stayed. We're going to hopefully be able to wrap up this kill, but, she's got Nitro Boost, and she's able to just run away. I'm not going to waste a pull when, I probably wouldn't be able to land that. I'd rather just save my mana, head back to lane, and really kind of get our objectives, heading in the right direction. Chasing kills at this point is hurting us because, You know, you can see the tower game. They're absolutely dominating the tower game, and we need to start playing the objectives a lot more. Now, I am kind of getting anxious at this point. You know, I'm pushing a lot more. We definitely need to secure some sort of objective. It would be really nice to take down a tier 2, and I'm thinking maybe we can make a play happen here. That bomb went off and kind of messed that pull up. I lost vision on that, which, you know, that was a bad call on my part. I kind of went into the tower hoping that maybe we can have, you know, a little bit more damage on it, but it was just really not the time to be under tower at that point. And from here, I'm just going to back off. You know, they're able to defend very well under their tower. You know, an ADC with their burst caster, you know, we just kind of need to separate and head back. I'm actually going to head over to our safe lane and hopefully get that more secured. I was trying to, you know, do my communication little pings right here, and I'm trying to figure that out. That's why I'm just kind of staggering around everywhere, is because I'm trying to figure out how to do things. You know, I'm still very new to the PC, and I'm just constantly messing buttons up. You saw I threw a Riplash out just randomly in the jungle. But those are things that, hey, you know, the more I play, the more I'll get used to it. But yeah, I head over to this safe lane, and I'm able to get this lane set, or, you know, get it pushing at least. Their minion wave was definitely stacking up, so we need to, you know, be careful of that. And they're actually taking down our mid tower, so I want to head over there. I end up securing this gold buff and then head over that way. You know, I'm not going to be able to do just an entire lot if I'm there by myself. And, you know, with Morgesh slowly rotating over there, they were going to take that tower. So, you know, unfortunately, that's a bad thing. But hopefully we can, you know, kind of get a little better movement and rotation with everybody and kind of get the victory. You know, at this point, I've really, you know, me and Twin have been talking, and I'm saying, hey, man, I just need to pick a lane and stick with it. I'm running around just defending every lane, and it's really not working. I'm just going to kind of stick with a lane. If I need to go save a lane, I will, but you just be careful. You kind of play on your own. You know, stay safe, and I'll just pick a lane and really become a laning hero. From here, I'm actually going to head down this off lane. Like I said, I'm just going to kind of become a lane hero, and hopefully we'll be able to, you know, make some progress happen. As of right now, we're just really not doing a whole lot as a team very well. And it really is unfortunate, but no big deal. I end up heading into this off lane, and I'm going to push it all the way to their tier 2. And, you know, right whenever I get to their tier 2, hoping that, hey, maybe we can make something happen, that's when their Sparrow shows up. I'm able to land that hook, and, you know, I ult her, but like I said, Richter's really not a killing hero. He's a I'll set you up for a kill hero. And, you know, she was able to survive that. But we did get a good chunk of damage on her. Hopefully it scared her a little bit when, you know, she comes to engage on me. Now, I am back in my off lane, which I'm calling it my off lane now. And I see we do have a little bit of a team rotation, so hopefully we can take out this Sparrow. And, you know, I'm kind of waiting for Morgesh to use her ult, but Gideon ends up showing up, and we're able to secure that kill. So, great job. We're able to, you know, make some progress. We take out their ADC, which she's done a pretty good job of farming so far. So, we definitely need to get her shut down as much as possible. And I'm just going to continue to push this lane. Now, we do end up actually taking down that tier 2 here in this off lane. You know, we're starting to make some progress. You know, it is unfortunate that I've just completely abandoned my support role because, you know, we're just not making lane, or, you know, we're just not playing the objective game. But that's quite alright. As long as our Twin Blast is remaining safe, you know, we can kind of play this way. Now, I do take out that tier 2, and I'm just going to back from here. Now, whenever I see that Morgesh show up, I say, hey, let's try to make a play happen, but miss my pull, and once you miss a pull, hey, just get out, because, you know, it's going to be a pretty good while before you get your pull back. And on top of that, you know, that's your engagement tool, and your engagement tool is gone, so now she has the engagement advantage. And, you know, that's just the perfect time to leave. Now, I did save up a just crazy amount of gold because I was in lane so much, and I'm able to put on a Broken Spirit with that Thunder Cleaver, so I've got a pretty solid build going, and I'm going to head over to our safe lane because, you know, it's pushing back on us, and definitely want to keep that from happening. You know, their Gideon's got a pretty decent wave, and I don't really want to mess with him too much, but luckily Rampage shows up, and you know, he just dips out, so we're able to clean this lane up and, you know, kind of set it and get it pushing. Now, from here, I see, hey, something's about to happen in mid. They've got a huge team effort in mid. I need to be there, you know, as the support, as a tanky hero, as, you know, kind of an engager. I need to be there to kind of set this up, and sure enough, I head in, and they're just completely unaware of me. Now, I end up focusing Seraph. I'm not too horribly worried about their Sparrow near as much as Seraph because, you know, Seraph reduces your damage. So I want to get her down, and with her ability to escape, you know, she can stay in there, do tons of damage, and then, you know, kind of make plays happen. So I wanted to focus her, and then, you know, our team ends up pushing. I was planning on heading back, but right now is the perfect time to take a tower. You know, we got both their ADCs down. We can make a play here. We can take down a tower. And, you know, that's what we need to do. Sure, I'm low on health, but you don't need to go back just because you're low on health. You need to go back when it's an appropriate time to, and right now isn't. And sure enough, we are able to head in. That minion ended up dying, and I lost my shield, which is unfortunate, but, you know, hey, what can you do? We do end up securing that tier 2, and now is the time to get out. You know, we made a great play. Now's the time to get out. We need to go protect our safe lane and kind of just reset everything from here. Now, I decided to head over to our off lane and kind of help out with this Gideon. He's been pushing lanes very well, so we definitely want to shut him down. We definitely want to punish him for what he's doing. Gideon's able to get his ult off, and then I grab him with my Riplash and, you know, just absolutely melt him. And he slowly gets away. Now, our team chases, and, you know, they're all fairly healthy, but the enemy team actually collapse in on this, and me being out of mana, I am kind of worried about everything, and sure enough, Seraph shows up and just absolutely destroys. She's able to take out our Gideon. Now, I'm going to stand below this fog wall and hopefully, you know, be able to peel for everybody. I do end up silencing that Aurora, which allowed our Morgesh to get away. But, you know, I'm about to go down. We end up taking out that Seraph, and we have just kind of a team collapse. We get an Aurora kill, so it ends up being a 2-for-3 fight, which, you know, hey, that's great. It kind of sucks that we went down, but, you know, that was a great team fight. That's what a support's supposed to do. That's what a tank's supposed to do, but we are going to lose our safe lane tower for this. Now, once we spawn back in, we're actually going to head down mid lane. You know, we've had just, we're not playing the objectives. We're going for kills. Lanes aren't being set. They're not being pushed. You know, it's been fairly difficult to actually make things happen, but you can see I end up heading to mid lane because, you know, we need to make something happen, and I didn't realize everybody was going to collapse. But, you know, this has been a pretty tough match on just everybody's part. It's been very difficult to actually make things happen. We end up taking out that Seraph, but, you know, Aurora shows up, and she's able to, you know, get a ton of damage on me with that Gadget's ultimate as well. You know, that was just painful. I missed my pull on that Aurora, which, man, I gotta work on these pulls. And I'm gonna end up actually going down here. You know, that was a pretty big team collapse, and, you know, it would have been nice to have a little more support. You can see our Morgesh is still in mid lane when, you know, Twin Blast was right there getting in that fight, and, you know, we're just really not working well as a team, but, you know, it's to be expected in these lower level ELO matches. Now, we've been on the defense, this entire game pretty much. Our Morgesh, she gets caught out again. I was trying to head over to help her, but, there's just really nothing I can do at that point. But our safe lane is going to be pushed, so I need to make sure that I get over there. I'm able to secure that river buff, and then I head over, and, we just kind of show our face, and everybody leaves. This is getting to be one of the longer matches that I've played. It's 34 minutes in, and we're still going. We still don't have inhibs up. This has definitely been a longer match, and you can definitely see that the longer matches happen when people don't play well together. When people are, playing as a team, matches are only lasting about 25 minutes or so. But, it is what it is. Now, I do end up getting that Seraph pulled, and I'm able to, get a great peel for that Rampage. We end up actually getting this kill as well. I'm not really sure why didn't she just, ascend and get out. But, hey, no big deal. We take her out. I am pretty low, but I want to, I would like to play some objectives, push some objectives. But with our team kind of scattered the way it is, I say, you know what, I'm going to head back. Maybe by the time I, actually get back healed up and everything, we'll have some focus and we're getting objectives pushed. Especially since we had that 3-man collapse there in mid. Now, like I said, I am in comms with our Twin Blast, and I say, hey, I can't do anything to that gadget. Hit her with a grenade, and I can pull her, but right now, I can't do anything with gadget because, my Riplash won't penetrate that spell shield. And, that's just one thing that you can kind of learn, and then sure enough, we do actually get some damage on her. I'm able to grab her, get my ult off, and we just absolutely delete her. Now, their Seraph ends up rushing in, and that was just a really poor choice. I'm not really sure why she did that. Our Twin Blast just absolutely melted her. And I missed that bullet. You can see I jerked it really bad. And hey, no big deal. This Sparrow, she's hitting pretty hard. You can see she's doing quite a bit of damage, but Twin Blast is able to save that, and, we end up taking her out no problem at all. Now, I do end up waiting for that next wave. I am low, and this is another thing. I am low, but it is not the time to back right now. Now, we're finally getting some objectives being pushed. Aurora is going to secure our inhib, but hey, no big deal. We had 4 of them down, and then with, our Rampage heading over to deal with that Aurora, him and Morgesh are able to secure Aurora. So, we've kind of got them on staggered deaths and everything like that, so we're going to be able to play the objective game, which is what we've been missing for quite a while. And, this is actually going to end up securing all these inhibs. So, from here, it's going to be hopefully a shorter match. After me and Twin down that inhib, I go ahead and say, hey, let's head to Prime. One of the issues I'm having is I'm not using my pings as much, and, I'm really not comfortable with using them yet. So I'm having to tell people, hey, ping attack Prime or whatever. And I think that's one thing that has kind of hindered, our matches is I'm not able to go, hey, y'all go do this, or I'm attacking here. I definitely need to work on getting those, objectives or actually using the pings. We're able to secure that Seraph. I did ult her in the middle of her ascend, which dropped her straight down. I didn't know it would do that, but hey, great. That was awesome. I hate it when Seraph's actually able to jump out of that. That's so annoying. But we are able to just really make, incredible plays here, and this is going to be the end of this match. All in all, this was a pretty long match, and I wish things would have gone a little smoother, but, hey, it's no big deal. We did win. I end up actually going down right here at the end, but like I said, we got the victory. It's no big deal at all. Well, thanks for watching, guys. This was my first match with Richter in a very long time, and I'm playing on PC, so, I've got 2 things working against me, but it ended up turning out pretty well. Well, again, thanks for watching, guys, and if you did enjoy, show me some love. Leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. We do have that private match happening, so if you're interested in that, jump in Discord and let me know. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.